I'm so excited to be here with you today. This live series, this live masterclass is part of ASU Gamage's live series of the Molly Blank Fun Teaching Artist Program featuring teaching artists. And myself, I'm a teaching artist. My background is in theater. And hello, Cheryl. I went to ASU. My degree was in theater. I had an emphasis in theater for youth. And I focused a lot of my learning in arts integration, which is what the Molly Blank Fun Teaching Artist Program also teaches. It's teaching artists and educators, and they train those teaching artists and educators in arts integration. What is arts integration? Arts integration is when a teacher teaches both a core subject standard and an art standard at the same time. So in this particular masterclass, today I will be teaching about author's purpose, and I'll also be teaching about the theater tool of monologues. And so because we're using theater, we're doing monologues, it might be different than any master class you've seen before where I prefer you to be standing. If you can't stand for some reason or you really just would prefer to sit, sitting is fine, but I am going to give you a little bit of time to move your computer or phone or tablet to somewhere you really don't need more than just an arm's length to move around, but we are going to be warming our bodies up and moving, so I suggest finding a spot. A lot of times I like to use my tissue box and prop my phone up against that. If you have a phone or a tablet, go ahead and find a spot that you can move. And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to just tilt my camera down so you can see my body better when I scoot back. Okay. All right, so we're going to warm up our bodies. We're going to start by doing something called the shakeout. So you're going to shake your right arm 8 times, and then you're going to shake your left arm 8 times. You're going to shake your right leg 8 times, shake your left leg 8 times, and then we'll go down to 6 times for each limb, 4, 2, and then 1, and a big shake at the end. Go ahead and count with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. A full shake. Great job. Now that you kind of have an idea how that works, we're going to go through the whole thing again, and I'm going to go faster. See if you can keep up. It's going to be pretty fast. Ready? We start with 8, then 6, then 4, then 2, then 1, and a big shake at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. All right. You should be out of breath like me. That means you're doing it right. Then the next thing I'm going to do now that our body is warmed up is to warm up our voice. I'm going to use one of my favorites to use with people of all age, all the way from 3 to 99. This is my favorite vocal warm-up. It's called the vocal ladder. You're going to go all the way from your lowest voice to your highest voice, and then back down again. We're going to start at our lowest voice, and we're going to pretend that we're a wizard, like this. Ready? Zo. All right, ready? Do that with me. Zo. Next one is like you have a bellyache. Ready? Oh. Oh. Okay. Now, sha. And it really is important. We're warming up our voice right now, but do the motions too. That will help warm up your voice, believe it or not. Sha. Sha. All right, the next one goes like this. Go. Go. Great. This one is my favorite. Are you ready? It's really silly. It's everyone's favorite usually. Mama, 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 mama. Mama, 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 mama. Okay, the next one's this. Bop. Bop. Bay. Bay. Really feel it coming right out of your nose. Bay. Key. Key. Again. Key. Okay, and we're going to start going back down. Bay. Bay. Bop. Bop. Okay, ready? My favorite, hopefully your favorite. Mama, 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 mama. Again, because it's so much fun. Mama, 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 mama. Go. Go. Sha. Sha. This one's like you have a bellyache. Oh, and like you're a wizard. Zo. Very good. Our body's warmed up. Our voice is warmed up. We're going to be looking a lot at emotions today. When we talk about emotions, we use our face a lot. So we're going to warm up our face. Can you make your eyes as big as possible? And make your eyes as small as possible. Okay, even bigger. And tiny. Good. Can you make your mouth as wide as you can? And make your mouth as tiny as you can. I don't think I've ever looked at myself while doing this. Let's make your mouth as wide as you can, even bigger than last time. And as itty bitty teeny tiny as you can. Okay, make your whole face as big as you can. It's going to look really silly. Are you ready? All right, now make your face as tiny. Even smaller, squish it all together in one spot. Big and small. Okay, and now that we have everything warmed up, let's talk more about emotions. We're going to play a game called slow motion emotion. I'm going to do the first few examples and then I'll let you do the ones after that. I'm going to take 10 seconds really slowly. I'm going to have an emotion go into my body and into my face. And I want you to see if you can guess what the emotion is. All right, so I'm going to go slow, 10 seconds. Okay, if you think you know what my emotion was, type it into the comment box. Look like this. My emotion was angry. Okay, so I'm going to do another one. As I'm doing it, watch, but if you think you know what the emotion was, go ahead and type it into the comment box and give me a guess. Good job, Whitney. Yes, angry. Okay, here's my next one. It's going to take 10 seconds to get into it. What do you think? Let's see. Oh, mad on the last one was a great emotion too. What is this one? Yes, Cheryl, excited. Thank you. Great job. Okay, so now it's your turn. I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and the emotion that I would like you to show is disappointed. I'm going to count to 10 and make sure that you don't get into the motion until you're all the way at 10. Ready? Disappointed. 1, 2, 3, a little bit disappointed. 4, 5, more disappointed, but not all the way yet. 8, you're getting there, very disappointed. 9, 10, really disappointed. Very good, high five. All right, you're gonna do one more. This time, I would like your emotion to be let's do, you are really bored. All right, ready? 10 seconds. Remember, at 2 and 3, you should be just a tiny bit bored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're getting more bored. 6, 7, 8. Pretty bored. 9 and 10. Very bored. All right. You can let that go. Shake it out. I'm going to teach you a poem or a tongue twister. It's one we're going to use throughout this master class today. So first I want to just teach it normal with no emotion, just to practice saying it. I'm going to say a part and then out loud say it back to me. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether you like it or not. All right, great job. Let's say it again. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether you like it or not. Okay, let's try. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Try and say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether you like it or not. Good. This time let's add an emotion. Can you type some emotions into the comment box? Which emotion would you like to try? There's all kinds of emotion. There's hungry, happy, sad, nervous. Maybe you can surprise me with a new one that I haven't thrown out yet. Sad. All right, I love it, Whitney. Let's do sad. Let's say whether the weather, and we're going to do it in the emotion of being sad. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Okay, good. Any other emotions? Excited and lovingly. Fear. Oh, I love it. Let's do lovingly. Ready? Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Okay, and let's do fear. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Okay, good. So keep that in your brain. We're going to come back to it later. Let's talk about an author's purpose. And before we do, I want you to think in your head, what is your very favorite pie? There's all kinds of pie. Apple pie, pecan pie, key lime pie. If you want to type your answer in, I'd love to see what your favorite pies are. Think about it. Think how it tastes in your belly. Don't get too hungry because it's going to be dinner pretty soon. And the reason I'm having you think about that is remembering an author's purpose is as easy as pie. So an author, when they write, there are 3 reasons an author could write. Pie is spelled P-I-E, right? P-I-E. Ooh, chocolate pie. I love chocolate pie too. So P stands for persuade. I stands for inform. And E stands for entertain. Of course, within these 3 categories, there are several subcategories. But when an author writes to persuade, the author is trying to get you to do something, try something, or think a certain way. When an author writes to inform, the author is trying to give you information and teach you facts. So when we think about an author writing to inform, that could be a biography, a recipe, nonfiction texts, history books. And then the last reason an author could write is entertain. And the author is trying to make you enjoy a story by keeping your attention. Oh, I love going back to the pie thing. Pizza pie is a whole nother kind of pie. There's pepperoni pizza pie. You could go everywhere. So today we're going to focus on persuade. When we talk about persuasive writing, there are several examples that come to mind. There's billboards, a lot of famous essays where the authors are writing to persuade their readers in a certain direction. Opinion writing, you've probably done a lot in school. Commercials. What we are going to use today is something that I think everybody can relate to. And it's a review of a movie review. And the review that we're using today is by a local writer, theater performer, improv actor. He does everything. He was so kind to write this just for our master class today. It's of the kids movie Cool Dog, and that movie's rated PG, and it was in 2010. If you've never seen it, great, because we're not focusing on the content of the movie today. We're actually focusing on the content of the writing in the review. And so I am gonna post this review in the comments so you can read it. As I do, you can follow along. So I'm going to just actually start out by reading the review to you, but as I'm reading, I want you to think about what is the author's purpose. We know it's to persuade, but to persuade us to think what? And then also, what sentences in that review that I put in the comments box emphasize the author's opinion? Which sentences distinguish his point of view from the point of view of others? Okay, so here it is. Cool Dog 2010 review, rated PG. The hardest I laughed all year was watching Cool Dog, a super low-budget kids movie for the first time. Opening in Eagle Rock, Louisiana, but clearly filmed in Southern California, Cool Dog follows a little kid named Jimmy and his cool dog, Rainy. After Rainy saves a little girl from certain death, there's a parade in his honor. His parents find it's the most appropriate time to break the news the family is moving to New York City. Unfortunately, they will have to leave Rainy behind. Shamelessly stealing from Homeward Bound, Rainy uses his human-like intelligence to track down little Jimmy and his family in New York City. Over the course of his journey, this cool dog plays banjo and harmonica, beats homeless people at chess, successfully orders 2 hot dogs from a street vendor, and drives a commercial shipping boat to the tune of 5 alarms Take It to the Top. Also, every character in the film is sure to thank God and or Jesus whenever something goes right. Grade? A or an F, depends how you look at it. Okay, so that wasn't acting. I was just reading that to you. However, can you put into the comment box, what do you think the author's purpose was? What do you think that author thinks about the movie Cool Dog? And what do they think that you should think too? I'll give you a little bit because I'm sure you're typing away. I see earlier we also had strawberry pie thrown out. These are all delicious. So remember, right now you should be typing into the comment box, what do you think the author's purpose was? What does the author think about the movie Cool Dog? Does he like it? Does he hate it? Does he think it's hilarious? And then it seems like maybe it takes a little bit of time for the comments to pop up. So if you've already typed in what you think the author's purpose was, go ahead and copy and paste a certain sentence that you think really emphasizes that author's point of view. So Cheryl says, the author thought it was funny. Carol says, kind of a steal of other movies, but you might still like it. Okay, let's go ahead and combine those two. Let's say that the author's point of view was that it's not well made, but very funny. Not the best made, but very funny. Okay, so which sentences, copy and paste them, do you think emphasize the author's point of view. And that point of view that we picked was not well made, but really funny. The hardest I laughed all year was watching Cool Dog shamelessly stealing from Homeward Bound. Oh, both of those sentences. Okay, great. The two and perfect. Another vote for the hardest. Oh, that was from Cheryl too. Okay, so let's start with that sentence and type in your others because we need 3 sentences. So I have 2 right now. So if we start with, I laughed all year was watching Cool Dog, a super low budget kids movie for the first time. We're going to try and find the tone of that sentence. Tone is a great term for this particular lesson because tone applies to writing and acting. A tone is an author's kind of spirit, their feeling, or their attitude. An author or an actor's tone gives clues about the writer's purpose. Okay, great. So we are doing that sentence. The hardest I laughed all year was watching Cool Dog, a super low budget kids movie. So on that sentence, what do you think the tone of that sentence is? A one-word tone. An example for a tone would be mad. Kind of those emotions we were working with earlier. Sarcastic. That's another example. That first sentence. What do you think the tone of the first sentence of the review is? Let me go ahead and put that sentence in 2 so you can see it from the rest. You know, this is the sentence we're working with right now. Happy. All right, I love that tone. So let's take the tone happy and let's apply it to weather the weather. Ready? Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Great, keep that tone in your body, in your voice, in your face, and apply it to that sentence. The hardest I laughed all year was watching Cool Dog, a super low-budget kids movie for the first time. Very good. I love appreciative and delight. Those kind of all go into that same tone of happy. So let's take another sentence that we got, which was the shamelessly stealing from Homeward Bound line. Right here. I'm going to copy and paste it so we can see which one I'm talking about. And go ahead and please type what you think the tone of this sentence is. Shamelessly stealing from Homeward Bound, Rainey uses his human-like intelligence to track down little Jimmy and his family in New York City. What's the tone there? I love your guys' ideas so far. You're doing great work. What do we think in that sentence? A tone different from happy. Still encompasses that whole author's point of view. Shamelessly stealing from Homeward Bound, Rainey uses his human-like intelligence to track down little Jimmy and his family in New York City. Excusing. I love it. Let's see if any other ideas come through. I'm sorry, I had the windows open earlier today and there's been a fly flying around me. So if I'm going like this, that's all I'm doing. Okay, let's use excusing. Oh, and it was so bad it was good. Those again also kind of going together. Let's kind of maybe combine excusing, so bad, so good, with like genuine. I think that's kind of combines both of those ideas into one word. Genuine and kind of thinking of excusing, so bad, so good. all in that, to the tone, to the tongue twister, weather the weather. Ready? Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Okay, now let's apply that to that sentence. Say it at the same time as me. You do it out loud at home too. Shamelessly stealing from Homeward Bound, Rainey uses his human-like intelligence to track down little Jimmy and his family in New York City. Very good, I love it. Okay, the last sentence we're going to look at is that last sentence. I think it's my favorite sentence of the review, so I'm glad it's given as an example. Grade, A or an F, depends on how you look at it. What is the tone of that last sentence of the review? It's grade, an A or an F. Depends on how you look at it. What a way to end the review, and it will be a very fun way to end our monologue. Now, if you were doing this for an audition or a performance, you would do this with every sentence, right? You wouldn't just pick 3 sentences to analyze. You would go through and you would pick every sentence. You would think about the tone. How do you add that to your body? How do you add that to your face? But for right now, just so you kind of have an idea on how this would be done, we're just using the 3 sentences as an example. Questioning, great. Any other ideas on the tone of that sentence? Grade, A or an F. Depends on how you look at it. Okay, let's use question. I like that. Okay, ready? Add it to whether the weather. Don't even worry about the text yet. On whether the weather, we are going to embody the tone of questioning. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. And now let's add it to that sentence. Grade, A or an F. Depends on how you look at it. Love it. All right, great job. So I'm going to model going through that monologue now, and I'm going to think about, in those 3 sentences in particular, the tones questioning, genuine / excusing / good and bad, and the tone of happy. All right? The hardest I laughed all year was watching Cool Dog, a super low-budget kids movie for the first time. Opening in Eagle Rock, Louisiana, but very clearly filmed in Southern California, Cool Dog follows a little kid named Jimmy and his cool dog, Rainey. After Rainey saves a little girl from a certain death, and there's a parade in his honor, his parents find it's the most appropriate time to break the news the family is moving to New York City. Unfortunately, they will have to leave Rainey behind. Shamelessly stealing from Homeward Bound, Rainey uses his human-like intelligence to track down little Jimmy and his family in New York City. Over the course of his journey, this cool dog plays banjo and harmonica, beats homeless people at chess, successfully orders 2 hot dogs from a street vendor, and drives a commercial shipping boat to the tune of 5 alarms, take it to the top. Also, every character in the film is sure to thank God or Jesus whenever something goes right. Grade? A or an F. Depends on how you look at it. All right, so I'm going to give you time right now to do it on your own. But before you do, I want to teach you something called a slate. A slate is how you introduce yourself for a monologue, usually when you're auditioning, but maybe if you're performing. A slate has 3 parts. You start with just a friendly yet professional hello. That can be hello, hi, good afternoon. And then you move into introducing yourself. So for me, I would say, my name is Natalie Trelstad. And then the 3rd part of your slate is where you introduce what you're going to be performing. So today, I would say, I'll be performing a review of the movie Cool Dog. So my slate sounds like this. Hello, my name is Natalie Trelstad. Today, I'll be performing a review of Cool Dog. Okay, after I do my slate, then I'll do my monologue. After I do my monologue, I'll take a brief break, and I want to always make sure I thank the people I'm auditioning for, the people who are listening to me. Okay, so we start with our slate, then we move into our monologue, and then we end with a thank you. Go ahead, start with your slate. After your slate, move into your monologue, and then after your monologue, you'll want to end with a thank you. Okay, I'm sure you did a great job. I have a challenge for you moving forward. After we say goodbye, I'm going to post in the comments a second review from the same author. I want you to go through that review and pick 3, or if you want to pick more, sentences, and decide what that author's point of view is of this review. This review is going to be of the movie Moonstruck. And then after you've decided what the author's point of view is, pick those 3 sentences and decide a tone. Do exactly what we just did. Apply the tone to Weather the Weather, and then after you're done with Weather the Weather, apply it to the monologue. And then I want you to take a video of yourself. I'm so excited to see them. You're going to introduce yourself with a slate. You're going to do your monologue of the review of Moonstruck, and then you're going to end with your thank you. And then in the comments, you can add information about what 3 words you picked for the tone. I'm so excited to watch them. I really hope you guys all do that. If you would like to perform this one that we just did together, go ahead and post that one too. And thank you very much for joining this masterclass with me today. Like I said at the beginning, I have an opportunity for you. If you are interested in arts integration, the ASU GAMAGE Teaching Artist Program is accepting applications until April 15th. It's for teaching artists or educators. So go ahead and apply. I promise you'll have a lot of fun. I promise you'll learn a lot. And I really just hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Bye, everyone.